How's it going? This is Digital DIY Geek from digitaldiygeek.com, and in this video, it's all about the project. So this is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. I'm not going to be actually appearing on the screen. I want it to be 100% focused on the iPad screen. And let me show you the project we're going to actually be doing. And we're going to actually be fixing this one right here, why I quit my job. I think that this is an ugly thumbnail. However, I was just put something up there just to hold the spot. Now, there are people cutting the grass outside, so I am mic'd in directly to a microphone. So hopefully you can't hear it. If you can, I do apologize. Let's get started. All right. So this is what I want to fix. So really quickly, first thing I'm going to do is open up Infinity Photo. And with the iPad, I like to just type stuff in only because that works faster for me. So while this is coming up, just keep in mind we're only going to be doing the things that we learned. Now, a side note is this is one of the cool things that you can do when you actually start learning how to do it. So this is actually a banner for my membership site that I'm building out, which is Commission Kickstart. So this is a really cool banner. I'm showing you this because I don't want you to limit yourself in the things that you can do with this skill that you're learning. So we're going to back out of there, and I'm just going to say new document. I'm going to click on pixels, and from pixels I'm going to click on the dimensions, which is going to be 1920 by 1080. And this is going to give me the max size I can use so that when I create it, it's bigger. And when it shrinks down, I can still see it. So that's the main reason why we go with a bigger size. Now what I want to do is I'm going to click on the transparency and say okay. At this point, I'm going to pinch out, and now I can actually see it. Now I want to keep this white because that is very much so how it's going to look on YouTube. First things first, I'm going to grab a background. Now I think my background is going to be, I'm not sure what my background is going to be. So right now I'm just creating the box, which you should know how to do this already. And at that point, I'm going to change the color of the box. So I'm going to go to my color wheel, and I'm actually going to change it back to my normal ones. So color wheel. And right here, I'm just going to play with it because I need something that's actually going to pop. Like I like that orange, so I might go with that orange. And I'm just going to grab the select tool because I need to move this over a little bit. And I'm going to pull this out a little just to make sure all of it's covered. So I like that. However, I'm not sure if that's going to actually, I need something that's going to actually pull people attention. So I like the red, but red can have negative connotations. So you kind of got to think about it. So I'm going to actually, let's see here. I'm going to do that. And now after that, what I want to do is, I think I want to make it a little bit brighter, just so I can grab the reader's attention. So that's like I guess a burned orange or something like that. So I'm going to roll with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this layer just because I don't want to have to keep grabbing the wrong thing. So now, let's see. I thought I locked it. Actually, I need to unlock it because it's offset a little bit. So what I have to do is go back out, click back on there, and it's still locked. So let's see, unlock. And I'm going to move it over, move it out just a tad bit. And I can actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this box because you wouldn't think it would matter if the box is perfectly set, but it actually does. And the reason why it does is when you get ready to put the border on, it makes a big difference. Now, for whatever reason, I'm not using my Apple iPad, my Apple Pencil, so I'm not able to snap it like I would normally do. So I have to rely on my fingers to eyeball it. And I think that's it right there. So I'm gonna let go, and that's not it because I can still see it off a little bit. So hopefully that's it right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lock this layer so we don't have to be bothered with it moving around by accident or something like that. So now I'm going to back up, delete this, click on my select tool. Next thing is the image that I want to use. So I'm going to grab an image. So remember, we're going to just place a photo. And I'm going to go to all photos. And I was debating on this one, which I shouldn't have clicked it. So I can drag this wheel around to turn it straight. And let's see here. I don't really like that one. So let's place another photo. And I like this one better. So now, again, I could just grab this wheel and turn it the correct way. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to blow this up a little bit more. Now what I want to do is I want to actually come over here to the personas, leave off the picture, and I want to go to this persona, which is the selection tool persona. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually drag this out. So now that we're under the persona tool, what I want to do is I just want to click on the smart brush, which is right here, and you can see you can subtract and add. So I'm gonna click on the add, and I'm gonna just actually make this a lot bigger so I don't have to spend all day trying to add things. So I'm just gonna drag all over me, and after that's completed, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say subtract, and I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, only so I can refine the edges. And that's going to be right there. Go to add. That should be good. We're going to subtract a little bit more. Perfect. We're going to actually bring this up a little bit. All right. We can add that right there. Now again, I'm not too concerned about it being perfect because like I say, the bottom part of it is not going to be seen, and around the edges is not going to be seen. I'm going to actually add a color to it so it won't be an issue for me. After that, after my selection is done, I'm just going to come over here, new mask layer, and that's it. Which you know how to do all this stuff. 2 fingers touch, deselect. Now what I want to do is come back over to the picture persona. I'm going to actually click on the select tool. So let me do that. I'm going to grab the picture. Actually, make sure those two are like that. Group them. So now they move as one. So if I try to move it, I don't have to worry about knocking it offsetting it or anything like that. So now what I want to do is add in my special effects, which is going to allow me to put that white little halo around it. So I'm going to say outer line, outline. I'm going to click on outline, change this to white, and I'm going to just drag it up a little bit. And that looks good to me. Next, I'm going to click on the select tool, and I'm going to reposition this how I want it. And I could also make it a little bit bigger, like so I can have more room on this area on the right side to actually add my text in. Now I could have it like this, but I don't want to have it like that. So I'm going to pull that down a little bit. And yeah, I like that. Maybe I can shrink this down just a little bit, and that looks good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our text. So before we do that, I'm going to actually lock this layer so I don't have to worry about messing with any of the stuff that's completed. The next thing I want to do is add in my text. So I'm going to click on the text, going to drag it out, and my text is going to be, I think I put why I quit. And then after that, come down, do another one. Why I quit my job today. After that, pull that back on the screen and go up to the select tool, move that out. So I kind of like how that looks. So yeah, I like that, but we need to change the font. I don't like that font. So I'm going to scroll down to my go-to font for my YouTube channel. And it's basically the same font I use every time. And I find that using the same font every time is just easier to crank out the things you need to get done instead of trying to find a new font every time. Now, I like that. That's pretty cool. But no, I'm not going to do that one. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up a little bit to find it. And it's right here. Next thing I want to do is add in some special effects. Well, actually, I need to change that color first because this is not the color I want it to be. I want the color to be white. Perfect. And then after that, I want this one to be white as well. Okay, didn't try to do that. So let me pull that out. Yeah, I think that looks white to me. All right. After that, I'm going to, now it's time for me to add in the special effects to it. Well, actually, let's add in some boxes really quickly. No, we can add in the special effects. So right here, I'm going to add in an outline. And the outline can be white. Actually, it's going to be black. So yes, I like that. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't like that one. Now I could do a gradient, but the gradient, I would have to choose what two colors I want. Don't think I want to get that deep into it. Let's see how an inner glow will look. Actually, I like that inner glow because it makes it pop. So I'm going to do the exact same thing to this one that I just did to the other one. And I'm going to go back to FX. I'm going to go to outline. I'm going to pull that up a little bit. Then after that, I'm going to go to 3D look and inner glow. That looks good to me. Then I'm going to leave off that. I want this to be bigger. And we can make that a little bit bigger. Now what I want to do is I actually want to create a box. So I'm going to drag this out to cover that. And I'm actually going to make that box be, I think it would be better off being, I'm going to make it black. And I'm going to make this layer, we're going to move this layer down. So I'm going to just grab it, move it all the way down. And as you can see, the shadow, that the outline that I put on there is gone. So what I want to do first, let's make sure we on the right one while I quit my job. Okay, cool. So the outline, we want it to be, hmm. Now we want the outline to be black because that just looks better. So maybe we need to change the box color to, hmm. Let's see what would look nice. That blends in. We don't want that. That would be nice, but we can't see it. So that green jumps out. Hmm. So basically, what we might have to do is we can go with black or we can go with white. But the problem is, white doesn't look that good to me. And if I move it over so you can see it better, it just doesn't look all that appealing to me. So I like black better. So to do black, let's do black and let's do this outline of whatever this color is right here, this orange. Let's see how that would look. So if we do black, so let's change this back to black and let's go into effects and let's go to outline and let's change our outline to be this right here. So I'm gonna come here and we're gonna pick that. Now, what happens if we turn it down a little bit? No, that won't work. What if we made it like yellow? Actually, what if we made it? We want it to be outside. We could center it inside. Nah, we want it to be outside. Only because it looks better outside. So, what if we made the text? Alright, so let's put this back to black because that just looks better. And what if we made the outline very, no, let's do that. I kind of like that. It's not as deep as it would be, but let's see here. And let's see if I barely give it an outline, that looks good. So let's do this one really quickly. Outline. Oh, the pen icon, the dropper. Turn this down a little bit. Click on the box tool. Let's put a box over it so we can actually see what we're doing. Now I'm going to go into my layers, pull that box all the way down with the other box. We can actually resize this to make it fit comfortably. Actually, we can pull this up a little bit. Then after that, we can bring this down. I want to pull that out just a tad bit. Have it even with that. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to see if I take this inner glow off. Yeah, it looks better without the inner glow. The color overlay looks kind of nice. but that would be hard for people to read. So I'm gonna take the inner glow off of them. The outer glow is kind of, let's see, Gaussian blur. Nope. Yeah, I think I like it like that with just those two. I'll turn off the 3D. No, the 3D works best for it. Now the gradient colors. I kind of like that on the gradient colors, but nah, we're gonna keep it as simple as possible. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. And we're gonna go up to the color wheel. Go up to the color wheel because for some reason that white didn't look white to me. There it go. Now it looks white. Go up to the color wheel, make sure that's white. And just to make sure they're the same white. Now that looks better. Why quit my job today? I wish I could have put dot dot dot. That would have been better. That probably would have made me have to make it smaller. Alright, so let's pinch it. Let's look at that. I can see that really crisp. Now I'm not sure if you can see it as good as I can because you're watching it on a video. However, I can see it really good, so I know once it goes up on YouTube, it'll still look good. So let's group those, and we're gonna lock them. Now I don't have to worry about that anything moving. Last thing I want to do is add a border. So for this, I'm gonna come to the edge, pull it all the way out. I'm gonna come over to effects, turn off the transparency. I'm gonna go to outline. I'm gonna go to center. And now I'm just gonna turn up my border. I'm gonna say select to let me see how that looks so far. Looks good. Got a lot of white space though. Got a lot of open space. Yeah, I think that'll work. I mean, it's not as good as I would like it to be, but at the same time, I don't want this video to drag on any more than it have to. So as you can see, you can create some pretty cool stuff. Now, I was showing you this over here because, let's go back. I was showing you this right here because I really wanted you to see, like, you can create your banners in here. You can create all your images. You can create whatever you want using Affinity Photo. And if you want to see how that looks on the site, let's go over to, let's see here. What site is that on? This is the banner that I created for my members area using Affinity Photo. So it's a lot of different ways you can use this. You're not just able to create a YouTube thumbnail. You can create much more stuff, much more cooler stuff than just a YouTube thumbnail. So at this point, I'm going to actually put this on my channel. So in order to do that, I'm just going to simply export it. I'm going to click share. I'm going to say save. Close out of there. I'm going to say photos. Click right here. Click over here just to make sure I'm not missing anything. But all right, so now that we have that, what I want to do is I want to actually upload that to that thumbnail that I wanted to replace. So I'm going to come over here to the thumbnails. I'm going to say videos. I'm going to change out this one. Click on edit right here. Edit thumbnail. Select. Let's see, change. I'm going to go all photos. Click right here. I'm going to press back. Select. Save. And this is my new thumbnail. And yeah, it looks better than the last one, that's for sure. Now I probably should have took my time, like with these thumbnails right here. I actually took my time and really thought about how I wanted it to look and play with it. But because I'm on video and don't want to spend a lot of time doing it, that's why I didn't do it. But now everything looks good. That thumbnail looks good enough. And that's it. And the more thumbnails you create, the more images you create, the more stuff you use Affinity Photo for, the better you'll get with this tool. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, give me a thumbs down so I'll know you like this kind of content. Till next time, this is Digital DIY Geek from digitaldiygeek.com, and I'll see you in the very next video.